Get rich, I'ma die trying to make it to the top. Shit, and anybody in the way, I'm putting them in the box. Yeah, it's gotta get it, I'ma stack it till it rocks. Yeah, it's gotta get it, I'ma stack it till I drop. Shit, I with me still, it called the winter selling rocks. Now I pull up on a nigga with the 30, let it pop. Hit him with the bitch until the motherfucker stop. Then it's right back on the block, screaming death to all my ops.
Another big fish, Raymond Chow, known as Hajai, Shrimp Boy, now serving time for a prior conviction. Chow is the reputed head of various street gangs here, with members as young as 14.
What you see here is a very sad case of adult criminals exploiting our young ones to kill, to burn, to be drug traffickers, and to be prostitutes.
Peter Chong, Raymond Chow, and alleged Boston gang leader Wayne Kwong are charged with setting up what the government calls a criminal alliance. Its activities? The lucrative smuggling of China white heroin and cocaine, armed robberies and murder for hire, firearms trafficking, loan sharking, prostitution, and even arson. This fire set in San Francisco by gang members in the Richmond district. This is the first time the government used RICO, the organized crime law, to fight Asian gangs on the West Coast.
The same pattern of success that you witnessed against La Cosa Nostra, the mob back east, is now beginning to be replicated, at least here on the West Coast.
The 48-count indictment named 19 alleged leaders and underlings of Asian organized crime families, their tentacles stretching from Hong Kong to the Bay Area to Boston.
The Golden Dragon Massacre of 1977, the worst mass murder in San Francisco history. 5 killed, 11 wounded when Chinese gang members opened fire in a Chinatown restaurant. Teenaged Raymond Chow was there, but was neither hurt nor arrested. Chow's first brush with the law came the next year when he was arrested for strong-arm robbery. At age 18, he went to prison for the first time. He got out in 1985, only to be arrested again on firearms charges the next year. 1989, back on the streets.
I do a lot of bad things. Prostitution, illegal gambling, operation.
Chow was second in command of the Wo-Hop Tow triad and ready to boast about it on the History Channel.
I run this city. Who can tell me something I cannot do? Nobody.
Federal agents thought otherwise. In 1991, he was indicted for a third time, and number 3 brought hard time, 25 years. Chow then began cooperating with authorities, testifying against his former boss, Peter Chong. A fourth indictment in 1996 didn't stick, and Chow began presenting himself as reformed. In 2006, Crown 4's Hazik Madyun caught up with him at a youth group meeting.
You were at one time the leader of Chinese triad or mafia?
Yes, and I'm done with that.
Raymond Chow, also known as Shrimp Boy, was meeting today with the staff of the Chinatown night market. As a magnanimous gesture, the new general manager is accepting just $1 in pay.
I can promise you, I do my best. The best, for the community.
Chow was once a notorious gangster in Chinatown. He went to prison on a racketeering conviction, but was released 6 years ago after he testified against his gang boss. Chow now heads Chi Kung Tong, the Chinese Freemasons, the job businessman Alan Leong held before he was killed 2 years ago. His murder is still unsolved. Last week, the Chinatown Neighborhood Association chose Chow to run the night market. And sources say that worries the mayor because his office gives the program a $35,000 grant. Supervisors President David Chu represents Chinatown. He wants the funding to stop.
Given the difficult and challenging history of the night market, given the current budget crisis that we're in, and given the new players that are allegedly involved, I have significant questions about what has been proposed.
Former co-chair of the group, Benny Yee, helped select Chow.
You have to give a chance to a person who has made mistake. You cannot continue saying that he's a bad guy. No.
Yee says other candidates who expressed interest pulled out. Chow says rumors that he intimidated them are untrue.
I've been monitored by law enforcement 24/7, and if I have doing anything like this, definitely will be out there.
So Chow says City Hall has no reason to worry.
So you can look the mayor in the eye and say, look, Mayor Gavin Newsom, I'm a reformed man.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I can look not just the mayor, anybody.
Notorious Chinatown gangster Raymond "Shrimp Boy" Chow was also taken into custody this morning. Chow, no stranger to Bay Area law enforcement, and has a criminal record going back decades.
San Francisco homicide investigators and at the time the police gang task force suspected Raymond Chow had something to do with the murder of Chinatown businessman Alan Leung. Leung was the dragon head or leader of two tongs, social clubs that are sometimes targeted by criminals. The year before Leung was gunned down in 2006, he told the FBI he feared for his life after his tong refused to pay $120,000 to Raymond Chow. Chow attended Leung's funeral boldly dressing in white. Chow never talked publicly about his past crimes and the new murder suspicions until he spoke to KPIX5 at the time.
Some who say he dressed in white to stand out in the crowd and to say, see, I'm a big shot here.
What they know about our culture and tradition.
Do you know who killed Alan Leung?
No.
Did you order it?
No.
Chow had just finished serving a 26-year federal prison term for gun running. He and his gang members, known as the Hop Sing Tong Boys, were accused of racketeering, heroin smuggling, and murder for hire. Chow says when he was 17, he admitted he extorted $30,000 a week protection money that he demanded from illegal mahjong parlors.
And if they didn't pay, what would you do?
Well, I got to do whatever I got to do.
Like what?
Well, I beat them up. I check them. You know.
You beat up the owners?
Yeah.
During this interview, Chow said he was through with crime and going straight.
Friday, a federal jury decided Raymond "Shrimp Boy" Chow was the latter. The jury found Chow guilty on 162 counts, the most severe of which was ordering the murder of the leader of a group Chow later took over. Prosecutors allege after Chow had Alan Leung killed, he took over the Chi Kung Tong fraternal group and used the organization for racketeering, money laundering, and trafficking stolen goods. Chow previously served prison time for a conviction in 2000, but got out early and said he was a reformed man.
I can promise you, I do my best. The best, for the community.
It was predicated on the testimony of 5 snitches that no rational human being would believe. We feel like we have been stabbed in the back by the jury.
I ride around with the mop that's a stick. 33 shots in the Glock that's a dick. 50 round drum, call that bit 50 cent. 100 round drum on the Drake, it's a hit. It ain't no question, you play, you get hit. Pull up and let the bitch spray to that sick. Then I go pray, ask the savior for strength. I'm in creator, the savior, I'm him. Shout out the gates, we break winners like him. I told my son I'ma get us a M. I'ma keep grinding, I do it for them. No DJ Khaled, but I'm trying to win. Stand on that business, yeah, I get it in. They second line behind you and your kin. Riding that farm, you know that it's tenant. I got 100, my bro got the vision. Born in the slums, I was raised in the trenches. It be your nigga turn state as a witness.